So, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my project pan update for the month of January, and I always forget that I get a haircut or that I got a haircut until I see myself. So yeah, I did get a haircut and it is very short. I haven't had hair this short in so long, or bangs in so long, but yeah, a lot of people didn't recognize me after my haircut, but it's fine. I thought it was pretty funny when they were like doing double takes. But anyways, I'm here to do my project pan update for the month of January. So I only have 1 month of progress because I like to do yearly resets. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. Starting with the first product, I have my Hourglass Illusion Priming Moisturizer. My goal on this was to use it up completely, and I used it 10 times this month for a total of 10 uses, and I would say that's pretty good for a sample. This is what it looks like now. It's basically empty. There is a spatula to scoop out the product, and it's not very good. Yeah, there's still a little bit on it, but I'm not going to scrape this anymore. I have smacked this bottle so many times and left it upside down for so many nights, and it just will not come to the bottom. So there is a little bit left in here, but I don't even think it's enough for my full face. And I thought that it was just okay. Like, I don't think 10 days is enough to see a difference in how your makeup looks. And it was very moisturizing though. I also don't wear a foundation, so I don't think I'm the best candidate to review this. I just wanted it out of my collection because it was counting as a primer in my collection, and I don't have primers because I don't wear primers. I don't purchase them. So yeah, now my primer collection is back down to 0. The next product I have is the Hawaiian Tropic Mineral Sunscreen Powder, and I have the shade Translucent, but I think it's the only shade it comes in. My goal on this is to use it up completely. It'll expire in July of this year, so I'm trying to use it up before then because then I'm sure the potency will go down by a lot. When I first put it in this project, it was barely used. It wasn't brand new. I used this 11 times for a total of 11 uses, and it barely looks used, which I'm a little bit surprised by because I tend to go through powders really fast, but 11 uses really isn't that much. I really thought I was going to wear makeup more often. Actually, you can see a bit of it. No, I just messed it up. Sometimes you can see where it settles, but I don't think it's like the same every time it changes because this is such a fine powder. It does go up my nose when I put it on, so I always have to like shut everything really tight before I put this on. And I'm not the biggest fan of the fragrance, but yeah, I bought this, and I think I just have to keep buying products like this in the future because it's just the best way to reapply your sunscreen. But I used this after on top of my other sunscreen to kind of mattify my face because I just want to use this up. Otherwise, I would just use a regular powder to set my sunscreen so it's not super sticky before I put on my other face products. But I guess this gets the job done, or at least, you know, makes it dry enough to put my other products down on. If I could, I would try to get the powder out and put it into like a separate container so I could just use it that way as a loose powder, but that kind of defeats the point of it being in this container. With my track record though, I should be able to finish this before July, but we'll see because I can barely see any progress. The next product I'm working on is the Too Faced Born This Way Complexion palette. It is actually the Turn Up the Light palette, and I have the shade Medium. My goal is to completely pan the center shade, which is called Soft Focus, and I used it 11 times this month for a total of 11 uses, and this is what it looks like now. I think it looks slightly bigger than in the intro, and I'm pretty sure I can finish this by the end of the year. I purchased this as a dupe for the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and I feel like it works better, but they discontinued this, so I can't even repurchase it, and only the center shade is good. The other two powders in here were really terrible, so I got rid of them by scraping it out. like a few years ago. So now I'm just trying to finish the powder in the center because I do enjoy it, and this packaging is very bulky, so I want it out of my collection as soon as possible. I guess I could repress it, but it feels like it's a little bit too early to, because I still have this area I can reach into. And by the time I feel like it's ready to repress, I could just, you know, scrape it with a spoolie and use it as a loose powder instead of repressing it, because sometimes I feel like repressing is a pain in the ass, and I don't know how it will hold up, like the formula will hold up after being repressed. But if it's similar to the Hourglass formula, it should hold up just fine. The next product I have is also from Too Faced. It is their Hot Cocoa Bronzer, and it was limited edition from, I don't even remember what year, 2023. My goal on this is to get as much use on it as possible and potentially finish it this year, which I feel like is a bit of a lofty goal. I used it 11 times this month for a total of 11 uses, and this already had pan before I rolled it into this project, so just know this was not new at all. And it looks a lot more brown. As you can see, the whipped cream has a little bit of cocoa powder on it, and there's some hard pan starting to form, which I can just remove with tape or just scrape it off and use it as a loose powder that way. I was running out of brushes this month, so I think I had to reuse brushes a little bit more than I would have liked, so hard pan did form because of, you know, the buildup on the brush. I thought this wasn't going to work on me, but it actually does, even with mixing it with the whipped cream in the center. But I think it's because I mixed so much of the brown already that it doesn't really pick up any of the white in the center. I do enjoy this bronzer, and I'll be sad to see it go, but it was limited edition. The next product I have is from Bare Minerals. It is their Gen Nude blush in the shade Call My Blush. And my goal on this was to use it up completely because it is also a sample size. It is a very generous sample size of 2 grams. And just so you know, the NARS blushes are a little bit over 4 grams for the full size. I already had a little bit of pan in this before I rolled it in, so I've expanded the pan quite a bit. I've used this 11 times this month for a total of 11 uses, and this is what it looks like. Wow, look at that pan. Also, I broke the packaging a little bit. Like, I think it's only holding on by one hinge and it's very loose, so I have to be very careful when I handle this. So that's kind of a sign that it's about ready to go. I do really like this blush. I feel like it works on me when I'm tan and when I'm pale. So right now I would be considered pale by my standards. That's what I like about this, and it's also quite subtle. The thing is, this was starting to break a little bit as I was using it, so the pan got pretty big really fast because there was such a thin layer of product on this. So I had to tap off a lot of the excess and, you know, be really careful about how much was going on my cheek. So I will say that you can get clown cheeks with this if you are not careful. So obviously it is buildable, but I usually just do one pass. The last face product I have is from Hourglass. It is their Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in the shade Euphoric Strobe Light. And my goal on this was to ideally hit pan. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would like to get as much use on this as possible before it no longer works for me. And I used it 11 times this month for a total of 11 uses. And this is what it looks like. Yeah, it still looks kind of new, which I mean it is. I didn't pick this up for, I think, over a year because it was kind of too light on me. It's starting to become more noticeable on me when I wear it because I am getting more tan. At least it still works for now. I am wearing it today along with most of my other Project Pan items. I don't think I'm hitting pan anytime soon because of, you know, how little surface area I need to cover with this. But it is very pretty. If you are more pale than me, this would work for you. If you are more tan than me, then this will not work for you. It will be very, like, white and obvious. The next few products I have are all lip products. So starting with the first one, I was working on the Tower 28 lip jelly in the shade Chestnut. This was a limited edition color from 2023, and my goal is to use it up completely because it is on the older side. I used it 7 times this month for a total of 7 uses. I already was working on this before this project, so there's some progress on it, but this is what it looks like now. So it's at the middle of the W, I feel like, and this is the progress marks. So I'm sure you can see, but I can't see it right now because I don't have my glasses on. But when I first started, it was at the top of the W, closer to the cap, and now it's kind of like at the center of the W. And I can't believe for only 7 uses it's already dropped this much. I feel like I've used this more in the past and it's not been as fast as this. So maybe I used it more than 7 times. I feel like I used it more than 7 times. I feel like there's some missing usage marks. Tower 28 does make one of my favorite lip gloss formulas. It's not sticky, which is like my main concern. The next product I have is from Rom&nd. It is their Glasting lip color in the shade Deepen More. And I used it 10 times this month for a total of 10 uses. And I'm gonna be honest, I left it at the office, so I just have this in my hand because it looks the exact same, but this is actually dim mauve, so just pretend that it is Deepen More. I really like this lip gloss. It's really, what is it? It's as natural as lip gloss can be. It does not sink into my lip lines, and it also provides like a nice healthy glow, and it's not sticky. However, if it does get on my lips and then on my glasses, of course it will leave streak marks. So it's not like it doesn't budge. It's a nice rose brown color, which is my favorite lip shade to wear. And unfortunately you can't see through it, so this was like a terrible candidate for Project Pan in terms of, you know, how cool it would be to see it going down. So I think the day that I finish it will definitely be a surprise. I rolled it into this project because it was going to expire in August, so I wanted to use it before then. The next product I had in this Project Pan was a mini lipstick from Rose Inc. It is the shade Persuasive, and my goal is to use it up completely, just like how it was last year. And I used it 13 times this month for a total of 13 uses. And tell me why it still looks the same. Like when I compared it to the marking, it looks the same. But you know what? I think it's because it's sloping. So on this side, you can see the depth, like it's more sloped downwards. But this side, it looks the same. And I measured it on this side. So I think once I hit the plastic part of the lipstick, it's going to be, the usage is going to look way more significant because then the top will start coming down a little bit more. I thought this was going to be an easy product, but it definitely was not. And I just feel like lipstick is way harder to make progress on compared to a lip gloss. I am wearing the lipstick today. And the last product I have is from Rom&nd as well. It is in number 35 Jujube Jam, and it is their Juicy Lasting Tint. This is a Japan exclusive color. I guess I can show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like when you apply it. I think the color is a bit darker than what the cap is, like a lot darker. The color on the applicator is way closer to the color that comes out. And I don't know if I said this, but I used it 7 times. My goal on this also is to use it up completely because I don't know when this will expire and I don't want it to expire on me. So I'm trying to go kind of like, you know, gung-ho on my lip products because last year I had like 6 of them expire on me and it was really tragic. So those were all 10 of my products. I did have an easy roll-in, roll-out type of product, you know, just to kind of get the year started on a good note. So I'm going to put in another item to reach 10. In the past I would have done 2 at a time, but I don't really have that much in my makeup collection anymore, so I can't really do that. And I don't want to roll in another lip product at this time to, you know, overwhelm myself. Maybe as my lip products get closer and closer to being completed, I will roll in more lip products. But for now, I'm actually going to be rolling in an eyeshadow. This is MAC Soba, and this was actually a product I wanted for a very long time, ever since I saw Bub's Beauty talk about it when I was a teenager. I think I was like 16, 15, 16, and she said that it wasn't available in Asia anymore, so she had to go, or at least not in Hong Kong anymore, so she had to go overseas and get one in the US to restock. But it is basically this like light brown shade with some gold specks in it. This is what mine looks like. I'm actually wearing it today, but I don't know if you can really tell because I drew my eyeliner on so thick, because, you know, I kind of had to go with this hair. And I feel like, yeah, ever since I got a haircut, I've been drawing my eyeliner on really thick and using this eyeshadow. So I figured, why not try and pan it? My goal on this for now will be to hit pan. And the story about this eyeshadow is that I believe I bought it when I started my current job. It just kind of marks when I started my current job. But I did get licensed recently, so I figured might as well try and pan it as well, because it has been so long since I purchased this. It's like a relic of the past, and these cost significantly more than when I purchased it. It was like $11 when I bought it, and I think it was $8 when I first heard about it, so inflation. I think it's over 20 now, which is crazy. But yeah, that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in a month. Bye!